Hello and welcome back to We Are the Arsenal. I'm your host, JC. I hope you're doing well. And today I bring you the first video on the channel in quite some time, a preview between Wolves and Arsenal. It feels like forever since I've seen Arsenal kick a ball. Hopefully we can bring home all 3 points as well. I'm going to be bringing you all of the information that you need to know before kickoff, statistics, lineups, and my predictions. Also, stick around until the end of today's video as I'll be sharing with you all of my plans moving forwards, as I would like to bring you more videos as well as live shows. Now, if you're new around here, please do subscribe. It massively helps me out. Drop a like on the video as well if you go on to enjoy. But let's waste no more time at all. Jump straight into the thick of things. We've got recent form here of both clubs. Wolves definitely having the better January of the two clubs. But starting with Arsenal, we kicked the month off with a 2-1 loss to Manchester City. Taking positives from it, it's probably some of the best football I've seen Arsenal play in recent years. Unfortunately, officiating and a discipline problem continues, and we walked away with 0 in terms of points. We were also knocked out of both cups, FA Cup to Nottingham Forest and Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, although we put in a phenomenal performance away from home at Anfield. After going down to 10 men early in that game, we were knocked out the cup, unfortunately. Most recently, we played against Burnley at home. We did come away with 1 point, but it really did feel like points dropped. We should have walked away with all 3. Definitely created more than enough chances. Hopefully, in these remaining 17 games, it won't be a reoccurring theme. Now, as mentioned, Wolves definitely have the better form of both clubs. However, their most recent game was in the FA Cup to Norwich, where they went out 1-0. Prior to that, they did pick up points on the road, a 2-1 win against Brentford. And also, impressively, they beat Manchester United at Old Trafford 1-0. Now, they do have a very, very good record against the top 6, generally speaking. And if we have a look at the sort of head-to-head record between these two clubs before getting into the most recent fixtures, yes, whilst Arsenal dominate the winning statistic, 58 wins compared to their 32. More recently, the last 6 games more specifically, Arsenal have only managed to pick up just the 1 win all the way back in July 2020. Now, the last 2 games between these two clubs have ended 2-1 to Wolves, both home and away. So we are overdue some wins against Wolves. Hopefully, we won't have to wait too much longer. Now on screen also you can see key players. I think these will be the key players for both clubs, potentially even the individual reasons for why one team may walk away with all 3 points. I think from an attacking point of view, Bukayo Saka is definitely our most informed player at the moment. You could argue Martinelli is side by side with him, but this season 21 games, 4 assists, 6 goals. Really, really, really good numbers. He said he wants to add more goal contributions to his game, and he's certainly doing that. However, when we look at Ruben Neves, for example, an absolute engine in midfield for Wolves, very much involved in absolutely everything they do. He's played 19 games this season. Not as much of a goal scorer, 2 goals and 1 assist. However, very much involved, as I said, 78 touches compared to Saka's 55 per 90 minutes. Passing accuracy, 82%. Dribble, 78. Duels, aerially 41 success, and ground duels 47. He literally chumps Bukayo Saka in every department, including dribbles, which I was quite surprised by. Now, moving into the injury table, suspensions, and players that could potentially be unavailable for the fixture, Arteta has already held his press conference, and Tomiyasu could potentially be available. He's had a reoccurring injury recently, but he's been training with the team, so there is a small chance that he could feature against Wolves. Apart from that, the only one that I would say possibly isn't available is maybe Cedric and possibly El Neni. El Neni because he's only just come back from the African Cup of Nations, although he should be fit because he's been playing regular football. Cedric, on the other hand, a hip injury. Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, they both come back from suspension, and Nicolas Pepe, who was away at the African Cup of Nations, should also be available for selection. Wolves, on the other hand, have a number of players out. Pedro Neto, Willaboli, Johnny Otto, Mascherano, He Chang Wang, and Roman Saiss. Roman Saiss, the last player, has only just come back from the African Cup of Nations. So whether or not he's fit and available is another question altogether. But the 5 players mentioned before that are all unavailable through injury. Some of those players you would imagine would definitely start for Wolves, but they've got a good team, good depth, and they've been turning teams over this season because of their manager. Now, going into my predicted lineup for this game, I have predicted our strongest possible 11. Yes, I do believe that Tomiyasu will be available for selection. And it's that back 4, back 5, if you include Ramsdale, that have won us some games and really helped us battle in certain games this season. I know Granit Xhaka isn't everyone's cup of tea, but this season, our best midfield partnership has been Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. And Granit Xhaka seems to really get the best out of Thomas Partey. They play together in that Man City game, and that's probably Thomas Partey's best performance in an Arsenal shirt since he signed for the club. Odegaard has really come to life in the last couple of months as well, so I fully expect him to start behind Lacazette. And already mentioned, Martinelli and Saka, probably our best players at the moment. It does mean that Emil Smith-Rowe misses out again. And it's a good headache for Arteta to have, because he could quite easily come in and start ahead of some of these players. And in recent games, he's been coming off the bench and getting goals as well. So a great player to bring in off the bench alongside your likes of your Sambis, your Pepes. The bench is looking strong again compared to what we had available in January. So what does that mean in terms of my prediction? I'm going to go for a 1-0 Arsenal win. And I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you agree with my predicted lineup, or would you make changes? And what do you think the score will be? Do you agree with my 1-0 prediction or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, as in terms of plans moving forward on the channel, I do want to bring everyone more videos moving forward. So before every game, I'll be bringing you a 5 to 10 minute video in terms of a preview, bringing you all of the information you need to know before kickoff. And within 24 hours of a game taking place, I'm launching a brand new series on the channel called Arsenal Analysed, where I'll be breaking down the game in a short 10 to 20 minute video. And then once a week, I'll be bringing you a new podcast on the channel where I invite regular guests, some of the familiar faces that you've seen on the channel before. And it's going to be called the Arsenal Detox Podcast. And we'll be talking all things Arsenal. It could be talking points from a game, general news that week, players that were being rumoured to sign, essentially everything to do with Arsenal. And then when the transfer window opens up once again, I'll be bringing you my regular player analysis in the form of videos, hopefully alongside some experts. So loads and loads of new content for you to sink your teeth into, alongside some of the other content that I'm already bringing you on the channel, like Arsenal News, for example. And as I've already said, if you're new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps me out. Drop a like as well if you have enjoyed today's video. But hopefully the next time I'll see you is after the Wolves game with a win. But for now, I'm JC, and I'll catch you in the next one.